Luminosity Makes Big Moves features a set between MkLeo and Omega, two of the best Joker players in the world, and I was on a quest to figure out what made them so good. As the video suggests, I've spent countless hours analyzing what makes these two players so good and discovering some eye-opening information. Other than their game knowledge and quick sense of adaptation, how have these players pushed Joker to perform unlike any other player has done in the past? Introducing the first of which I analyzed the set, movement, especially empty movement. Both MkLeo and Omega throw empty landings mixed with guns poke damage, trying to condition the opponent to pick an unsafe option in neutral. Their movement makes Joker look faster than he actually is in most players' eyes. But why do they constantly look like they're moving at a faster pace than the average player? The answer is actually really simple, and content creator Pars enlightened me during our friendlies. You want to constantly be moving, shifting from one state to another because it's harder to hit and combo you. In turn, your opponent will make a lot more bad decisions around that movement. Have you ever faced a really good player and you just couldn't do a single thing to them? It's mainly because they are moving around you in such a way to bait you to choose a bad option, and then they proceed to capitalize on it. The combo string that I saw MkLeo and Omega pull off were absolutely exquisite. The process in which these players control and dominate the mentality of the game is nuts. Movement is a huge portion of the Joker analysis, but there are several more unique takeaways from the gameplay. So let's move into specifics of how good MkLeo and Omega's bait and punish game is. Bait and punish is a crucial part of Joker's gameplay. MkLeo and Omega both demonstrate amazing forms of this playstyle throughout their entire sets. A lot of these setups inspire something in me to try to perform these setups because, in all honesty, they aren't hard. So how can you implement these bait and punish strategies in your Joker gameplay? Joker has a lot of fast moves with little lag, such as back air and neutral air. Omega and MkLeo both abuse these moves to stuff out landing options. With little options, the player has to burn a resource such as jump, otherwise they'd be frame traps. In the set, both players utilize these fast options and secure countless amounts of damage to each other. MkLeo specifically has a bait that he's always using on his opponent that leaves me mind blown. When putting the opponent in a tech situation or pop-up with fair one, bear, nair, etc., he'll short hop towards his opponent, empty land, and dash grab. It is that simple. With your opponent conditioned, this can leave you with several options, but grab is almost guaranteed, and we all know what Joker can do with just one grab. Other than the specifics, the fast-paced movement and empty landings are enhanced while paired with gun. You never know if you're gonna get shot, grabbed, or smacked with these players. How do MkLeo and Omega use gun though? When a lot of players pick up Joker, they don't know how to use it as a neutral tool. I'll provide you with how to use gun and a gun in neutral, just like the professionals. MkLeo and Omega both use gun more optimally in their best of 5 than I think I've ever seen it used in my entire Smash career. Both players mixed in gun with empty fast fall short hops while flowing through the stage. They are always using gun while being right outside the opponent's engage distance, being too far to outright get hit, but close enough to make the opposing character flinch. Gun is extremely good, but Joker's side special, Aegon, doesn't get the same love that gun gets, and rightfully so. These two players, however, did an amazing job incorporating it into their spacing. The amount of times they dash back and space side special to go its max range is astronomical. At close distance, Joker players get punished really hard for using this lagging move, but they used it in a way that weren't going to get punished. That's not it though. When you run back, the opponent will typically follow, running straight into the side special. This is fairly important to look at when using side specials. Lots of Joker players get punished really hard when using this move, and if they would just never incorporate it into their game, they would probably get greater results because they would get punished less. Back to gun, because I love the usage of gun from these guys. Gun is really good at getting chip damage, conditioning, and baiting. It's also got many more usages when it comes to movement, recovery, disadvantage, combos, etc. You get the point. It's the greatest tool in Joker's arsenal. That's what makes Joker a top character. The best takeaway from how MkLeo and Omega use gun is to space gun as if it were a disjointed aerial. Understanding the hitbox on gun and the threat range of your opponent is very important. Watching other MkLeo sets, you can see that his spacing is always different based on the character. Another takeaway was not to overcommit with gun when ledge guarding, which made me ask, how do we ledge guard opponents as Joker? Let me share what MkLeo and Omega do. Did you know that by clicking like, subscribe, and commenting, you'll have instant access to Michael's secret stuff? Go get yours for free $99. Neither Omega nor MkLeo do really anything special when they ledge trap. They go for the down tilt 2-frame turnaround and shield. The reason they turn around before shielding is to back air if they do a get up attack, grab if they do a neutral get up, or dash grab if they roll. Most of the time, they reset back to neutral though. This is really what they focus on in lower percentages, but once either player gets to a higher percent, the player will focus on getting a back air kill confirm at ledge. MkLeo ended 2 of the games catching Omega's neutral getup, and the second time was a last hit last stock situation that decided who moved on. These players are really on another level when ledge trapping, and take mental note of what the player has done before. I can barely remember what the opponent did last time, let alone the last 3 things they've done, but these players can. The level at which they bait out other options is a whole topic on its own. Have you ever wondered how to bait out an option? Because look no further, this set has your back. I've never seen Nair used so efficiently to ledge trap, and just watching these players has enlightened me to another level. This is definitely something to start off with, especially since a lot of players will flat out struggle to deal with it sometimes. MkLeo and Omega are immaculate at getting off of ledge, specifically while using Nair. They get a lot of potential off Nair as well, which leads me to discuss their amazing use of the move to get some crazy combos. These 2 players honestly don't do anything cool that any other Joker player couldn't perform. However, they do one thing that allows them to combo their opponent more than any other Joker player. Down throw is commonly used by both players to combo at low percentages, but later, in high mid percentages, all you have to do is DI away, which makes you ask, how can I combo at mid percent? The number 1 move that MkLeo and Omega threw out, especially in neutral, is Nair. Nair typically leads into a back air, and if it puts the opponent into a tech situation, then you can either jab block or react to their option. Their combo game wasn't too special, just the usage of Nair that I commonly saw throughout the entirety of these sets. Without changing up their play, they wouldn't be able to get in at all. So how do these players switch up their gameplay? These players are consistently switching up the way they approach, recover, etc. The way that these players mix up their playstyle is as if they're constantly switching playstyles, from gunning the opponent down to approaching with an empty landing or just dash dancing. They never approach in the same fashion, always doing something different. This is a big difference between low-level and mid-level players compared to these high-leveled ones. Approaching your opponent with the same mannerisms every time is just gonna get you stuffed out. So it's important to mix up just about everything. Mixing up sounds harder than it really is, though these pro players do something that makes it easy, and all Joker players should focus their gameplay on this as well. Reacting is a key component to Joker's gameplay. Trying to call out where your opponent will be leads to a loss of opportunities. MkLeo and Omega really bait out options to further react to, or just flat out put themselves in the best place to react to their opponent. It's easier said than done, especially when faced with an unfamiliar matchup. If your opponent shields, react and use empty movement. Pressure shield with a safe option or grab them. If they are parrying your aerials, tomahawk grab them. If they keep stuffing out your approach, then dash dance and bait out an option. You see what I'm saying though? MkLeo and Omega are at a constant game of trying to bait an option and then reacting to that option. It's like a large, overcomplicated game of chess that has 7 minutes for the timer to run out. If you look at your matches the way these players actively do, your play will change drastically for the best. Those were 7 key takeaways from analyzing the MkLeo vs Omega set. I think reacting over guessing or playing blind was the greatest takeaway that'll allow me and anyone who made made it this far to perform at their best in the future. For everyone who enjoyed the analysis of the set, I have a Discord in the description. We're a close community that strives to become our best selves. Make sure to subscribe as well so that you can see more evaluative content and gameplay in the future. If you stayed this long, then I know that you took value out of the evaluation of the MkLeo and Omega set. If you want to learn how you can get better by evaluating your own gameplay, I advise you to click the top video. If you're a returning viewer, YouTube suggests the bottom video to you.